What's going on? Good morning. Just going to talk through the charts quickly today. It's 7:45, so I'll try and be 10 minutes or so. Some big things happened yesterday. Some Euro ECB policymakers made some comments yesterday around 3 o'clock, or 2:30. Investors appear to be largely ruling out more interest rate cuts, and the euro sold off quite a long way. So let's have a look at what this did to the markets. We tested this support, which is above 122's 120 area, which is 120.60. We tested that yesterday, but it still looks like the euro is going to be under pressure for today. Started selling off already this morning. Possibly targeting the lows. It is a nice wick there. But if we look down at the 1 hour, you can see what I mean. Down to 1. Yeah, so the euro had already sold off, so maybe a bit of should we say speculation before the actual comments come out. Whereas the euro seemed to sell off all morning. The comments were around about 2:30, which is when this was put in. So we recovered the losses, but we're still kind of selling off today. There is a couple of ECB speakers this morning and afternoon, one at 8 o'clock, one at 5. Let's see who's speaking at 8. Enria. Yeah, these comments aren't really coming from Lagarde, so unless the big dog is speaking, the market might shrug this off. And I mean, who's expecting anything other than a cut in rates at the moment? They're not going higher, are they? So anyway, let's get back to the price action. Yeah, this 121.35 still looks like resistance. It's been resistance and support before we broke through yesterday, but I really think that we're going to see a retest finally of 120 and this trend line that's been in play since last year. A close below that could expose 119.15, and then below that 118, which is this untested low as well. So room to sell off here for the euro, and with these kind of comments, I'm not sure if people will want to be long unless the two speakers today say something else. I'm going to talk about EUY because finally we're seeing some kind of breakout from this trend channel wedge that we seem to be in since the summer of last year. We have rallied 60 pips since breaking out of the breakout area yesterday. If we look on the hour one in a moment, I'll show you. And we broke a couple of trend lines. This one, there was another one that I had drawn up, which seems to be irrelevant. And this one that is the main one, I would say. We have already caught support from it on an hour one chart. So room to go up. This double top here that was placed in November and December around 104.76. That looks to be target, although I would be cautious around the mornings. We've already come up a long way overnight, as I'll show you now. Yeah, this is the first trend line that we broke yesterday, and since then we've rallied from 103.83 to 104.35, so 60 plus pips after consolidating here and catching support off that trend, previous trend channel resistance. So we have a signal to go long on a break of the higher this morning, although I would be cautious because this is a pretty big move from here to here. 60 plus pips for UY is a long way, so I would just be a little bit cautious. If you did decide to take it, then it would be a 1R and keep it on a tight leash in case we see something like that. Take it off a break even should we get through. But as long as we stay above this trend channel, previous resistance, and it becomes support, then I think there's room to move higher, especially to that double top that I spoke about just here as target. Especially after consolidating sideways for so long and accumulating orders. Once this thing breaks out, we could see a big push in either direction on UJ. So exciting times. That could also lead to a break of this trend line and a push higher in GY, depending on what the pound does. If this is complete dollar related or yen. Excuse me. Yeah, this trend line has been intact since November 2018, and we are testing it now. So be aware of that. If you trade GY, then you should have that on your chart. We put in a pin bar yesterday, exactly on that resistance area. Although we still closed higher than the open, so should we break above this, could be some stops here, and this might see a nice breakout on a failure of that pin bar. Quickly on to the next one. EY, this 125.70 area is held as support yesterday after this kind of breakout. So this September, the first high, 127, played this role here as resistance, and we tried to break out. It was a failed breakout, and we sold off. And then we tried the other side of the range, and this looks like we failed as well. Now we've tested the kind of left shoulder of this inverse head and shoulders, although we are yet to test the neckline again. But this seems to be some space above this, and now that we found support from the previous range that was broken and failed to break out, a close above this, and I think we pushed towards 127 or even 127.50, the previous high, which is also an area I've got marked up. Seems to be important on the daily chart. Yeah, which is this resistance here back in 2019, and it was also support a few times. So quite an interested area for EY. Above that, it's quite a lot of fresh air up to big round number, the psychological level, 130. I've also got this trend channel marked up. It seemed to have acted as resistance, especially with these previous resistance lines already. So we could be forming a trend channel here, and should we close above this, then that is the obvious target for EY. AU, I spoke about this wedge yesterday, seemed to have broken the support, and we're selling off quite a bit. This 76.18 area was previous support. We're also caught up. We've also let the moving averages catch up to where we are after this big move on the weekly. If we go onto the daily, you can see. Yeah, you can see that this is the support area, 76, which we tested already this morning or overnight. So if we gather back up, I expect 76 to become a resistance. It was previous support. It also falls in line with this wedge support before we move lower. There's some areas that we still need to retest. This September 1st high, which is also this range back here, might be an area that the bears are targeting. So quickly spoke about that. Dollar CAD, this trend line has been pretty important. We failed to break above it, and this led to a big sell-off, continuation of this downtrend, and then it came resistance again. We broke through it. Excuse me. Yeah, we broke through it. What day was it? It's Thursday. This is Wednesday. So a nice move up after this kind of reversal pattern here. We failed to even test the lows of this trend line support, and we've seen a nice reversal 2-bar outside bar, and then a push through this trend line resistance. So a close above here, and we could see a push towards 129 or 129.50, which is a big level on the weekly. Let me just show you that. Yeah, 129.50, which was support a few times and resistance back in 2018, 2019, and 2020. So I guess that's the target for the bulls. Above that is psychological level 130. So we might see a test of that before we continue this downtrend. So a couple of levels there for UC. Right, it's 3 minutes to 8. So that's all I'm going to talk about for now. Just keep your eye on UJ. Hopefully another good day. Cheers.